Hello! No, I'm just kidding. Okay. It's dead. Okay guys, so I'm going to be going over how to draw eyes. I'm going to be talking about how to draw realistic eyes, anime eyes, where the eyes basically belong on the human's face, how to draw eyes from further away, like is exampled here, and then probably a couple more. I'm probably going to fill up a couple of videos and I'll make a playlist or something so you guys can watch whichever ones you're interested in particularly. So let's start with, I'll probably start with anime eyes, and my sister wanted to make sure I gave her credit for the anime eye because she's the one who taught me how to draw an anime eye because she watches anime and I don't. So if you're interested in checking her out, her name is Silverheart on Tumblr. Okay, so there will be a link in the description. Oh, I got red all over my other paper too. Problem solved. Okay, so let's start with anime eyes. We're going to use a pencil, and then later on I might show you guys how to draw it in color or something. Okay, in my personal opinion, my favorite pencil for just sketching with when doing the first original sketch, and then especially when you're doing a color drawing, you're going to have to erase all your original pencil lines, so I normally use my handy H pencil. That's why it's so much shorter than the rest of them. I sharpen it. I know. I'm such a noob. I should have had this sharpened. My H pencil kind of broke, and I'm too lazy to try and fix it. Everyone wail with me. So I'm going to be using my trusty 3H pencil instead, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter anyways. Okay, so according to my sister, the anime eye is going to be shaped as you see here. This is a different kind of anime eye, completely different thing. We're going to be focusing on this one right here. And this is a much more realistic version. It's kind of, she always draws them like really tiny, like this big. And so I was like, dude, you need to learn to draw bigger. So I drew this huge version because I wanted to. So I'm going to show you guys basically how to draw this. Okay, so it's really, really simple. You're going to start by you're going to go up like this, and it's going to curve down. Let me fill this in and I'll speed up the drawing. Okay, that's basically the outline. You're going to draw all the lines are really curved, so these kind of bubble out a little bit. And then this line curves in, goes back up, and then curves back down slightly. And this one goes up, dips in, and goes back up. So that's basically our outline that we're going to start with. And this can really vary a lot, but I'm going to show you this specific one, how to draw it. So I might make a future video, different anime eyes or whatever. If you want to see more, go ahead and comment and I'll see what I can do for you guys. So this one we're going to do a really huge iris because that's what anime people do. I don't know, I don't watch it. Okay, that's basically it. Then the eyebrow this is going to vary a lot depending on the emotion of the character that you're drawing. But we're just going to have it kind of doing this kind of traditional eyebrow, I guess. Don't ask me about anime, I don't watch it. So that's basically our outline. We don't want to draw anything too dark yet, except it's going to be a pencil drawing, so we can darken up the outside lines. Okay, so we just darkened up those lines because we can. And then we'll darken up this outside line, which you're not going to press down quite as hard because you want to make sure that it's perfect. Stay. And you basically want to make this line a little bit softer because you may need to erase it just in case you don't get it quite right. Plus, there's going to be a glare somewhere right around here, I guess. You can draw it really wherever, but we're just doing a simple one, so we'll just add the one glare there. So, erase the line right here. Woo! Erase the line right there. Sorry for any background voices, my family just came home. Yay, family. Okay, and for any artists out there, I don't know if anyone else does this, but I always use these to erase, like a brand new one, because they're like super pointy, so you can do like super detailed erasing that you can't do with other erasers. I think it's brilliant. That's what I always do. So if you want to kind of do that, you can. Okay, right now I'm going to switch to my lead pencil just because it's a much more simple pencil. It doesn't blend really easily, and it's good for drawing the little lines, in my opinion. So what I did learn from my sister is that animes, I always thought that the pupil ran like this also. That's not true. I know, if any of you guys watch anime, you're sitting there going, what a moron. But, the pupil, she said, is a circle still, even though the thing is totally wonky shaped. So, just gonna do a circle here. If you want to do this super realistically, you can use, like, like a can for your circle and all that kind of stuff, but I don't need to, because I'm just gonna show you guys kind of a little bit of an idea of how to do this. We'll color in this circle afterwards because you're going to draw your lines out coming from the circle like this. So you're going to eventually color over all these lines that go into your pupil. And you're going to use probably, like, if you want to do it the best, you're going to use like a charcoal pencil. So that'll smudge really easily, so it's always going to be the last thing you want to do if you're going to use charcoal. So what I did, because I have a small concept of how to draw actual eyes, I kind of implemented that into my anime eye and just kind of had a little bit of fun. So right now I'm just going to be drawing lines out like this, coming out from the pupil. Some of them longer, some of them shorter, some of them darker and lighter and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of looks kind of cool because that's how your actual eye is. It has lots of tiny lines coming out, and really with normal eyes they're more of these squiggly kind of lines like this. But for this I'm just going to be doing long lines like that, really. So I'm going to just keep going around. So I'm going to draw some of these lines significantly darker, just like that, because it adds, the feeling of both depth and color and all that kind of stuff to your eye, kind of make it look a little bit cooler. Now, we're going to go with really light lines going all the way around like this. And right now I'm trying not to turn my paper because I'm trying to record this video, but that's extremely hard for me because I always turn my paper. With this, it doesn't matter as much as if you go a little bit out because you're just going to use this line to erase it. But with your glare, you're going to try and keep this as white as possible because it is going to be the most white part on the entire eye. So we're just going to kind of outline it where it's going to be so we know to stay out of it. This is like the safety zone. Touching that glare is a bad no-no. You shouldn't do it. It's a bad boo-boo. Okay, so we're just going to kind of keep that area as clean as possible. So you're going to draw lines as if they're going underneath the glare because the glare is something that is coming up over your eye. And this part really doesn't have to be that neat, and it's okay to go out because it keeps it looking more. If you try and go right to this line, you're going to have lots of little holes and stuff. So go ahead and feel comfortable with just coloring outside your little lines. So we're going to be making these edges darker and the middle darker because it kind of gives it that roundness that an iris actually has, where it kind of bevels out like this. You learn that when you do like macro photography of eyes and look up macro photography of eyes. So even for drawing something as simple as an anime eye, I always find it effective to look up real eyes, look up anime eyes, look up cartoon eyes, just because it kind of gives you ideas for what eyes actually look like and other people's ideas of what eyes should look like and all that kind of stuff. You guys can have like tons of fun with this. You can just draw some lines however you want. Draw some of them going out here on the edges, building up, but you're going to keep this middle part for now fairly white around here. Okay, so now that we have this kind of outline like this, we're going to be going with our fingers and just shading it up like this, pulling it out from the sides and drawing it towards our white line. So you're just going to kind of keep going around like that. You're going to make sure you focus on blurring these edges out right here, blurring this top out. Okay, now we're going to draw very small lines going around. This kind of gives it lots of little detail because we know that eyes have tons of crazy detail in them. So whenever you can add like the more detail, the better. So if you wanted to spend an hour on an eye just drawing one anime eye, you could, and it would just make it look better. So I'm not going to spend that long on it, but it can always look better. The more detail there is, the better it is. With some things that's not true, if if you're going to draw someone's nose or someone's ear, you're not going to sit there and add all these tiny little details. It's going to look weird. But with eyes, you can always do that because the more the complexity of the eye, the prettier the eye looks. Okay guys, so this is our basic, what we're going to do. You can always make it look more detailed, and what you can do is you can add just certain parts of it with our thin eraser, whichever eraser you like to use, but I really like using this kind. And you're just going to clean up some of the middle part here, give it some of that depth. You don't have to do it on all the sides. You're not going to go a clean circle around because that would just kind of look funny. So you're just going to kind of blend it in like that. That just kind of makes it look kind of cool. So now we're going to just clean up around the edges, and I'll fast forward through this part as well because that's super boring. Okay, there we go. It's pretty much cleaned up, and you know, you can always do way more detailed than this, as I said before. This isn't going to be perfect, but that's basically it. For drawing an eye, I'm using my drawing paper right now, but I really would recommend using this white paper, just because it gives the iris a way more white look than this does, as you can tell. But if you want, you can always go with a white pencil like this and really whiten up this edge, but I'm not going to do that in this video, but that's something you guys can do if you want to. So that's basically how you're going to draw the iris shapes, and you can add tons of tiny little lines throughout here doing all kinds of little details like this or whatever, but that I'm going to leave up to you guys to have more fun with. So now we're going to darken our pupil, which I'm not going to use our charcoal pencil for this one, but if I was doing a really detailed drawing, I probably would. I'm just still going to stick with this pencil. And circle, if you don't feel comfortable doing a circle like this, you can use like a penny or something like that to get a perfect circle, but it really doesn't need to be perfect. There we go. And then you're going to make sure you color this in completely. One second, I'm going to get something like a much softer pencil to finish coloring this in. This is a 5B, so this is also much softer, so it's not going to give you all the little lines. Now, one thing that's really cool that you can do, especially if you're trying to make something look more emotional, is you can add glares on top of your pupil, which looks really, really cool. You can add like just a simple white glare, like right here in the corner, or up here, or you can do a full white glare and a couple of them, or whatever, but we'll go over glares in another video probably. I'm going to darken this edge here. Add some more detail here. Kind of gives it more shades. It's really helpful to have different shades of pencils for when you're drawing, because it makes it look like there's actual color in your drawing. Because if you're just trying to use one pencil, everything's going to be the same shade. You know, and it's just not going to look as good. Okay, there we go. Now, we can take our eraser and make this edge of the iris. Is why I said to keep this line light. That way you can get it to be the perfect shape that you want it to be. I'm going to give this side a darker edge. Okay, ready? So we're going to darken up this edge, right? Darken up this edge over here and up here, and really clean out this area. Which when you get to the very end of your drawing, when drawing eyes, I always, one last time, go over all of the, whatever that white part of the eye is called, and clean it up. Okay, so now I'm going to go with a softer pencil because I want this to be darker. For this, kind of represents the eyelashes, right, Kayla? Mm-hmm. Right here. So you want it to be dark, especially for a girly eye, I guess. And it's going to go not that far out, kind of about here. And this side is going to be thicker than this side. It's going to get thicker as it goes on. Okay, so my sister says that you can have it kind of split off at this end and have like more points. Kind of makes it look more girly, like there's more eyelashes, I suppose. Again, I don't really watch anime, so I don't do much with anime. I did a couple anime drawings about a year ago, I guess. They're fun to draw because they're pretty simple. There, basically like that, more or less. Maybe like this. Then for this one, now I'm not sure if this is accurate to anime. I just kind of did it because, you know, each of your drawings can be slightly unique, you know. But I kind of made it go a little bit lighter here at the edges. There we go. And I kind of just hold this out like this. So it just kind of gives this kind of look of skin. There we go. And now we're shading in our eyebrow. I'm not going to make it nearly as bold because it's much better to have bold on your eyelashes than to have really bold eyebrows. I don't know. That's my opinion, I guess. Use my finger to kind of color it in. That way it's not as dark. It's kind of soft looking. Okay, we're going to make this end right here kind of go on an angle down like that. And we're going to make sure this end comes to a point. And clean up this bottom side. Okay, and there we go. That's basically that. And now, basically, yeah, it's basically this. And this one's obviously different. I used a white paper, so it's going to have more white in the iris and all that kind of stuff. I also shaded this darker here, and in this one I made it lighter. It all depends. You can do anything you really want. And then I'm not really going to do this now, but what I did here is I just kind of got my pencil and added some shading like this, and I ignored this middle section right here because this is going to be the lightest part. That's where the light is going to hit your skin. So this is going to be the lightest, and I kind of just shaded this around. Because whenever you shade around the edges, it always makes this look whiter. And I shaded down here. Kind of all blended this in. Okay, I lied. I am doing this right now because I don't know why. So you can. So as I said, like even when I draw anime and stuff, I look at real people on how to draw, just because it's based off of real people. You know what I mean? So you can always implement what you know about how real people actually look to do cartoons, that kind of stuff. And if you want to look at an anime eye when you draw it, that's totally fine. You know, you can just Google anime eyes and you can choose whichever one you think looks the coolest because they really vary a lot. You're going to go like this. Make this your lightest spot like that. Go around. If you want, you can use like white charcoal to color this in, or a white pencil. That's pink. A white pencil to color this in. I'm just going to color in the glare, just because it's going to be the lightest spot. So, color that in white. Now, with a glare, it's not going to have a circle around your glare. You're not going to draw a pencil line right around here, because you can do it here because it kind of gives it more detail, especially if you're looking at it from further away. It kind of draws the glare out a little bit, but you still don't even need to do that if you're doing something really realistic. Like with my realistic eye here, there's no line at all around my glare, because in reality there really wouldn't be, but for a cartoon or for an anime or something you can if you'd like. So that's basically it. Feel free to like, comment, and share your advice for anime eyes. If you'd like to see different kinds of anime eyes, like this one is also based off of an anime eye, so if you'd like to see how to draw this, or, you know, whatever, and I'll be going over different types of eyes in further videos. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just check it out. This is Fifi, by the way. I really hate it because it's creepy, but my sister likes it, so stare. Hi. This is a kind of a behind the scenes of, oh crap, a behind the scenes of my making the eye tutorial. Don't mind the weird laughing in the background. My sister's watching anime, as you guys heard in my tutorial that she does every single night. My sister is making my background music because I don't want anything to be copyrighted, so I want to monetize the videos and make money. Okay, so here she is, my beautiful sister. She's so beautiful.
She's got short hair because she's a rebel. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so she does the guitar and the piano because she's smart and she also sings, right, Iana?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so she's doing a fingerstyle thing that she learned all by herself from YouTube videos and stuff because she's smart and stuff. Okay, so she's going to show you real quick what she's doing. Go ahead, Nana. Because your hand looks so cool when it does when you do it with the owl ring that I got her for Christmas. Okay, go ahead. Isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Okay, so that's what she's doing, and we're gonna put it on her acid program. See, it says Serenity. Wait a second. Oh my goodness, it's so blurry. It says Serenity Parody Vortex. Wait, what? That's not right. What? Okay, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and the behind the scenes because I thought she deserved credit because she's cool.
Aw, shucks.
You'll see a link to her channel if you click on my nose.
That isn't active at the moment.
But it will be, so subscribe
be
anyways.
soon.
That way, when she starts making stuff, you'll be there.
Yeah.
And you'll be the first ones, and when she's famous, you'll be like, I knew her first. Do it. Do it. You know you want to be that person. Everyone wants to be that person, and you can be that person, so go do it. Okay, so, yeah, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the other video and this little video, and I'll see you guys later, and whoop! And it's like 2 or something in the morning. 2 or 1 or sometime late. That's why I look like crap.
That's why we all look like.
I love you. I'm a crap. Love you. Crappy love. I'm just kidding. It's real love. Okay.